The 90s was really intimidating for people. You had to get on with it or get out of it.
If you were to explain to the listener what the 90s was like in Newcastle, how would you explain that?
Everybody was tooled up, everybody's carrying. I was carrying a gun, to finish because I had threats on my life as many times.
You should sleep with a submachine gun.
Like people pulling guns on us and letting them go above my head and that. There's a guy there now called Swindon. Dangerous tool he is. Jimmy's got his hand on the counter, tell him to show me in the spec like man, yeah. Alan pulls a machete out.
He chopped his fingers off.
Innocent young kid. I think he was 19-year-old or something. He shoved him 3 times, killed him, stone dead. He the most wanted man in the country. He was on his tours, he was on Crime Stoppers, Crime Watch, he was all over the place. He got 25-year rec, he's still there now.
Do you know who killed Viv Graham?
People want to tell the truth. I say how it is.
Stu, welcome to the show, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Dodge. Thanks for inviting us down.
Yeah, thank you for making the effort all the way down from Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a good drive. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, much appreciated. Let's roll all the way back. What was it like being on the doors in the 80s, 90s and noughties in Newcastle?
It was really, really heavy gun. It was really... You're fighting every weekend. You had guns pulled on you, knives pulled on you. It was... The 90s was really, really intimidating for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to get on with it or get out of it.
Yeah. And how did you get into doing door work? What age were you when you started on the doors?
About 24, 25, I started filling in for people.
Yeah.
Just filling in different nights, and people seen that I just couldn't give a fuck about anybody, That's just... People used to say to us, you're Stu Watson, I thought you were 6'4" or something. I'd say, am I not like?
Yeah. I thought I was. So leading up to coming on the doors, were you like... You must have been having tear-ups everywhere for you to then go, you know what, get on the doors then and actually get paid to do that.
Every weekend I was out, and people used to just stare at us and look at us in the wrong way, and I was very fucker.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were looking for it.
Yeah.
And they got it.
Yeah.
I obliged them.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
What sort of attitude were you on the doors? Were you a polite doorman?
Yeah, I was okay. I knew... Dodge, when you come across people, you know when you've got to go and when you haven't. You just look in the eyes and say, this is on.
Yeah.
And other people, you've just got to raise your voice and say, on your way, sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. But you as you get used to the job and you're bred for it, sort of thing, you can look at a man and he's this fucker's tasty, so he's going to be naughty.
Yeah.
So you had to perform,
And when up in Newcastle, was it a place where people would all come up from the Midlands or from London for a weekend, or was it very much back in the 90s? It was very much the Geordies.
Very much the Geordie thing, You used to get bachelor parties coming in, etc. Had a few tapes with bachelor parties from maybe up north, farther from up north coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very hands on.
Yeah, and I've heard. Good friend of mine, Judd Adamson's up there.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
He's a quality lad.
Yeah, he's a good hard worker.
He's a proper grafter. He actually invited me up a couple of months back. Me and my old man went to Newcastle, West Ham. We flew up there, stayed at his hotel. He's got bars and clubs all around Newcastle, hasn't he? He's still got his tatty picking money, I think. Yeah.
He's not minded saying that.
So if you were to explain to the listener what the 90s was like in Newcastle, how would you explain that?
It was very, very, everybody was tooled up, everybody's carrying.
Yeah.
At the finish, I was carrying.
Yeah.
But not a knives, I was carrying a gun. At the finish because I had threats on my life as many times. I had people pulling guns on us and letting them go above my head and that. Incidents with, there's a guy there now called Swindon. He's still in there now.
In where?
In the jail. I think he got a 25 rec, but he's still there now. And that was about 25 years ago. Just I think he has toured the line in jail. Dangerous lad, very dangerous. I'd been on holiday, been away. All the big lads, all the villains, and the kids who could have a bit of a look. I used to say at the door staff, that's not your job. If any of them come to the door, that's my job. Mm. Yeah, you just look after the Joe public. And if these lads come here and they want, that's my job.
Mm.
So I was away on holiday this weekend, and he come down to the club on a Sunday night. We just started him on a Sunday night. Actually, it was at Rock Shots, and he brought a team in with him and just bullied his way in, And the lads on the door knew he wasn't a big lad, but He was a dangerous kid. He was gay.
Yeah.
He was
properly game, was he?
Oh,
was he?
A dangerous kid. So he's kicked off in the club, spitting and hiring drinks at the staff, you know, getting the large one in front of his mates. So when I come back off holiday, on a Thursday night, I got told he had went round Madison's, he went on a bender, went on a really heavy session. And he went to Madison's and the doorman stopped him getting in. And as the doorman stopped him getting in this nightclub, Madison's. He says, go and get your boss. Go and get the boss. He says, Jimmy Dimitri, he's the manager in there. Go and get him now. So Jimmy come down the door. And as Jimmy come down the door, and this is on a Thursday night, he says, tell your doorman to show me respect when I come here. And Jimmy goes, let him in. Because he is dangerous tool, he is. Gans the bar, and Jimmy gets him a drink. And when Jimmy's got his hand on the counter, Alan pulls a machete out, chopped 3 of his fingers off. Says, tell him to show me fucking respect when I'm in here.
He chopped his fingers off?
Aye,
what, the manager?
Aye.
You're joking, man.
Aye, did I? That was on a Thursday night. On a Friday night, he come round my club. And when he come round to my club, the doorman come in and says, Stu Allen's at the door. So I says, keep him there till I get there. So I went scans down to the front door. I said, what do you want? He says, I want to come in. There's 5 of them. I said, you're not getting in. I said, you showed me no respect when I was away. I'm showing you no fucking do one.
Yeah.
So him, his pal pulled 2 handguns out. And the doorman off inside, and I stood on the stairs still. And he pointed them. I says, Devin, play with the fucking things. And then he shot two shots above my head. I says, listen, Devin, mess around with them. I says, I'll take them up, I'll put up your horse and I'll blow your heat off. And they're backing off down the street. I knew him really well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Backing off down the street, and went to get an old grenade and it wouldn't start. They had to push it. I says, go on, fucking anthill mob.
Yeah.
and he's off. He left there on a Friday night. He went round to Walker's on a Saturday night. Guns in there. He hadn't been to bed. He had been, like he's proper on a one. Went round to Walker's. And there was an incident where he wanted a drink after a time, and it says the bar staff wouldn't serve him. So when it wouldn't serve him, he went round the back of the bar and hid the phone round the barmaid's neck and started choking her. And the doorman says, and stopped him and says, yeah, give me a pint. So they got him a drink. And as he's walking out the club, there's a fight outside. I had fuck all to do with him, nothing. Sorry for the harm, but he had nothing to do with him. And there's a fight there, and this walked past this young lad, innocent young kid. I think he was 19 years old or something. He's fucking shoved him 3 times. Well, the blade he carried, it was like a 10, 12-inch blade. Killed him, stone dead.
Oh, God.
Aye. He's the most wanted man in the country. He was on his tours. He was on Crime Stoppers, Crime Watch.
Yeah.
He was all over the place, in the papers, the news. And I got a phone call, and I knew who it was. He says, Stu, I says, don't say who you are, because then I was high profile. I says, don't say your name, I know who it is. He says, me and you all right? I says, listen, lad, you've got a lot more to deal with than me. I says, good luck to you. And he got caught a few weeks after that, and he got 25-year rec. He's still in there now.
So he's done 25?
He's done more than that now.
Has he?
No, this is 93,
so
92s.
32 years.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't think he'd be getting out. He's just not to the line.
Yeah.
But dangerous fucking kid.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
What other dangerous people were up there at the time? I know people who know you, and you were at the time a very dangerous man up there. What other dangerous people? Did you have any clashes with anyone? Did you have a big clash with Viv Graham?
Yeah, we had a few run-ins, me and Viv. Because I wouldn't bow down. He's a tough kid, man. Don't get us wrong. He's a proper handy kid. He's a really tough kid.
He was a big lump, right?
Yeah, he was about 6 foot.
Yeah.
He wasn't massive, but he was fucking really powerful.
Yeah.
He was juiced up all the time, right? The first run-in I had with him was in Bobby Dazzler's place in Gateshead. It used to be Bobby Dazzler's, an old nightclub there. And I'd had a bit of a do with one of his friends, you know, and they were trying to set this fight up for a long time. He come out with us, and I was working in a bakery at the time.
Yeah,
I was just up there, you know, like 20-odd-year-old, and he just come out. He says, Stu Watson, he says, Viv Graham. I said, hello. He goes, what about me and you getting it on? I said, what about me and you getting on? I says, I'm drunk I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I was a drinker then, right? And he says, I says, well, you know, sometime we'll get it, we'll do this, and I says, I'm not, you know, bothered about you, I'll fucking fight you. So he went and stood with Billy Robinson, Paddy Leonard and Rob Bell and them, and I stand there and they're talking, and I'm with a kid who's just, works in a bakery with me, and I says, fuck this, and I walked to them and I says, I hope you want to come here and see I've cocked. I says, because I haven't fucking cocked. He says, no, I said, I haven't.
What do you mean cocked? Bottled it?
Like bottled it.
Yeah, okay.
I says, I haven't fucking cocked, mate.
Yeah.
I says, we'll get it on when it's fucking time street. I said, but you've got a glass orange in your fucking hand. So, and he said, then he come back, he says, I think more he says, we're having it all sort of day. Come and say that, you know, in front of the, because these lads I've just mentioned, them were the boys then.
Yeah.
You know, like the old and me.
They were running the doors.
Yeah, them were running the gates at Newcastle at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were proper names. So, just left it at that. Then, I think it was about 2 or 3 years later on, I was in Julie's nightclub.
Were you grafting on the doors?
No, I was
you were still partying.
Still partying.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I still, you know, and still partying. I had my first E.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking, I'd blown me fucking off me trumpet. And he just come in, and I didn't know he was there actually, and he put his arm on my shoulder, and he says, he goes, Stu Watson, and I turned on like that, and he fucking gives a fucking uppercut, and it's going to score here on my chin, see it?
Yeah.
And I was dazed, yeah, but he was,
you don't want that when you've been up on a pill.
He was a one fucking hit. He was a one hit. You know, I used to knock the fuck out in one.
Yeah.
And when he didn't knock us out, whoa, this is not on the script.
Yeah.
He says, get it, hold on, who's saying, because it got like separated then, and you know, I'm cut then, and I'll go and say, this is up the back lane. I says, I'm off my fucking tree here. I says, you know, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you tomorrow. And him and his pal, Rob Armstrong, was supposed to come and meet us up at up Wickham with Stephen Vaughan at the Bridle Path on a Sunday, and he didn't turn up. And then I was being his bonnet then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was being his fucking bonnet, and everybody's talking. So the next running after that was when Tour was Nightclub. He come in there team-handed. I got set up. Did I not? Conspiracy to murder.
You got done for conspiracy for murder?
No. The police should have got done for conspiracy to murder for me, because they set the club up. I got asked to do the door.
Okay. What club was this?
Hobos Night.
Hobos, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I got asked to do the door. I says, I'll do it. You've got to keep these out. I said, I'll do it. Because I was looking for work then, because I had left the bakery then.
Yeah.
And I was unawares to me, they had put extra cameras all over and everything. I was like a lump of meat.
Yeah.
So the lads on the door was working with me. They said, the guns, Stu, Viv, and the CRZ and Fish and Tom's names, they're in. Aye. So I says, who's let them in? And all I heard was, I heard my name mentioned and spun his run from my coat, from my suit jacket. Bang, bang, bang. And the kids I was with gnashed, they left on the door. The left is fucking from my own. Yeah. And the 6 of them run me, and the few of them's got blades. And I thought, oh, you're going to get the fuck out, yes, Stuart. So I just said, going to cover it up and just take it. So I just covered it up and take it, and he's fucking banging. And he couldn't put us away. And I was taking everything he could fucking hide. And them says, get him outside, we'll kill him. We'll do him. Not kill him, we'll do him. That's the word that they used, we'll do him. I got a hold of the spiral staircase now. I got a hold of that now. And so a few of them started hiding the punches in. And Viv sort of said to me, "Can't do him, they're going to stick you. They're going to stick you, can't do him." Because he wasn't a villain.
Yeah.
He wasn't a villain.
Who, Viv wasn't a villain?
No, he was a fighter, but he wasn't.
Okay.
But he wasn't a villain.
Okay.
Them used to use him as their fighter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I says, well, I fuck can't do him. And so, and he's that brain like fuck. And then Viv, when them start piling in, Viv says, leave him alone, he's had enough. Aye. And I just said, I can't still, is that it? Are you finished? Yeah. And they fucking hated that.
Mm.
But unawares to me, right, I got, the busies were in there, right?
Mm.
There was 600 crew of police officers in there. When this went to court, I didn't make a statement or anything. They didn't need to make a statement because it was all there on CCTV. Them started it and fucking blah, blah, blah. Because I says, because they tried to, they had a meeting with me and says, we want you to do. I says, you didn't fucking tell me what to do. I says, you ask us. And I says, when we get somewhere, you tell us you're getting fucking anywhere with me. I said, I couldn't give a fuck about you. And that was to John Henry. Now, when I was in that situation, when this went to court, I didn't go to court. It was need note of me. I would have been like a hostile witness.
Yeah.
And they said, how much do them? This salesy and them says, how much do you want? I says, I want fuck all off you. I want nothing up yours, and I want fucking nothing off the fucking place. I says, I'm the fall guy. Yeah, I've been set up. Yeah, and unawares to me. So when this went to court, there was six CID officers in there undercover, and each one of them, Christopher Knox was the defence barrister. Each one of them said on oath that when you asked the question, you said this man was within an inch of his life. They says, yes, he was within an inch of his life. When were you going to intervene? And he said that this is what they said on oath. In no time we had to intervene, we had to let it take its course. That's fucking conspiracy to murder. Because they wanted this firm off the street.
Yeah.
They fucking set me up like a lump of fucking meat.
Yeah. But why are they setting you up? Why are they setting you up?
I wasn't even a villain then, you know.
Yeah.
Them made me do that. Them turned me into
So
that.
when that happened, what did they get? Did they get let off or did they get...
No, they got jail.
How long did they get?
They got 2.5 and 3s.
2.5 and 3s. How did that make you feel after? Do you become angry, man?
I was fucking angry.
Yeah.
I was used like a lump of meat.
Yeah.
That's conspiracy to murder from the police. That.
Yeah, I hear you, yeah. So what was
Them knew that they wanted me to be killed.
Yeah.
So they could get these lives off.
Yeah.
And it's conspiracy to murder. If any barristers out there want to, it's in the archives, it'll be in the court archives. They cannot lose the case because they've actually said on oath.
Yeah.
6 of them saying we hadn't orders what to let him fucking get done.
Yeah.
They're there to help you. And I mean, who you're, what you're.
Tell me how your mindset was that day after that and what you turned into.
Well, them turned me into what I turned it. Well, what I did turn into.
Which was?
A villain.
Yeah.
Into a man who says, where's the law in this country?
Yeah.
You know, they wanted me dead.
Yeah. So they
could get these lives off.
Yeah.
And that's wrong. And any in our circumstances, if you're a terrorist or anything, you fucking hell, you're entitled to be protected, aren't you? When now you're going to get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
So what did you turn? And you turned into a full-on criminal villain from that, and you were protecting yourself at every angle.
Yeah.
How did people see you in Newcastle? How do you think people explain Stu Watson in Newcastle back in the day after this happened?
Well, I've always had a good heart, and I've always stood me ground, but I've never ever shied away from anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody said something, I always fronted them and went and seen them. Yeah. And I've always stood me ground. This when these lads went to jail, when they went to jail, like say when Viv come out doing a big market, they had a getting out party for him in Macy's.
So what? So Viv got banged up as well?
Yeah.
How long did he get?
He got 3 because he was the one who was doing the fighting for them.
Yeah, okay.
And them got 2.5.
Do you know who killed Viv Graham?
No. There's loads of speculation, but I wouldn't. It's I don't know who's done it. There's people say this, and they can see what they want. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that. Then you're involved in. Anybody says it, you heard this, I'll say I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to know.
Because when he how did he die? He got shot.
He got shot. I didn't think they went to kill him.
Yeah.
It's he had that much steroids in him. His blood was that thin. And he just poured out. He just bled out. I think the one that went through his leg went through a main artery. Nobody deserves that.
No one deserves, no.
Yeah, if anybody's got a Rick Way, stand in front of them.
Yeah.
And, don't be a coward.
Yeah.
And do that from a distance.
Mm.
But, Viv was a bully. People want to tell the truth. I say it how it is. I'm afraid of what people say. I'm not afraid of what people. I knew what he was because I ended up working with him.
What? So after having tear-ups with him,
you
end up working with him on the door.
Yeah, well, when he got out of jail, right, they're having a party for him getting it into Macy's.
Yeah.
So, Dodgy Ray was. Ask John Adams about Dodgy Ray.
Dodgy Ray. Okay.
He's dead. He's dead now, but he was alright. Dodgy.
Okay. Into everything.
Oh, but
Dodgy Ray.
Viv used to use him to get things, bits and bobs, and that, and he used to use Viv as his
muscle.
If it went wrong.
Okay.
Because he's a fucking con man.
Yeah.
Well, he was a con man.
Yeah.
But he was a funny kid, as well. So he was good to have you in our company. But listen, as you say to people, listen, he's not called Dodgy for the fucking note.
Yeah.
That's why he's called Dodgy.
Yeah.
So just it's in his name.
Yeah.
So anyway, he says Viv's getting out. He says I'm having a party for him doing at Macy's. And I says, all right. He says, what you going doing? I said, I'll fucking come doing, aye.
Oh, so you fancy going down when he come out?
Aye.
Did you?
So I went down. I went down to Macy's and it was like a fucking another Western when a tumbleweed.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Music stops. And I walks in the door.
What was your thought process of going down to the geezer?
I just couldn't. Well, I'm not fucking. I couldn't give a. They didn't bother me.
I'm game. Okay, you come out here. I don't care.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I goes down there.
Did you bring it down with you?
No, just myself.
Okay.
Just by myself.
Carrying?
No, I wasn't carrying.
Yeah.
I went in. I just says, and everybody's going like that, and I just scans up the Viv. I goes, "Me and you are what?"
Me, you what?
Me and you were okay, all right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, "You've got some fucking horse coming in here, haven't you?" I says, "I suppose I have." I said, "But I'm asking you, all right?" And like that, and then he piped up, Viv. He goes, he goes, "Which one of yous would have the horse will to come in here, like?"
Yeah.
Eh? And and he says, "I says, well, I read and shook hands." And I stayed there for about an hour and a half. Had a fucking pint, and then I says, "I'll see you about," and I just left.
Mm.
Yeah, and I ended up working with him after that in Rock Shots. We got asked to do the door to keep the West Ended, but Viv thought he could just stay away, and I had to do the fuck myself. With the door stuff, because the owner, he's dead now, Adrian Gadd. He's a good man. He says, "I want these kept doing." I says, "Right, fair dues." So I says to Dodgy, "You better get in touch with Viv." I says, "Because he wants these out." So there was knee Viv turned up, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, knee Viv. And I was getting death threats and that, and pulling at the front door and that, pulling guns out and knives out, "You're going to get it," fucking blah, blah, blah. And I says, "I am a fucking, like every other fucker else who comes here, they're going to do."
Yeah.
So I says to Dodgy, he says, "Oh, Viv sent us doing him for his wages." I says, "Wages? What fucking wages?" I said, "Tim, he's not getting them." He says, "Not going to be happy about that." I said, "Tim, I'm not fucking happy." I says, "I've got to stand here 6 days a week."
Yeah.
I says, "He wants the same wage." I says, "I don't think so."
Yeah.
I says, "I'm putting my life on the line." He's come doing, he put his on the line. I says, "He's getting nothing."
Mm.
So you come back with a message saying, he says, "Tell us to stay on my horse." I didn't spend the money. I employed more door staff. Yeah.
Mm.
So I had a better team runners. And that's how my team started to grow.
Yeah.
Then I was a fair kid. And I didn't want to, if any trouble was at the door and it was above them didn't have to sort that. That was me to sort.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was, and also he hated us for that. And I didn't like us at all for that. And he went up to Madison's and he started doing the door in Madison's. And he phoned us up one day at the club. He's up, you see it. Phoned us up and he says, "Fucking come and do it now." He says, "They see how can I do you not?" Yeah.
Say that again, I missed all that.
He said that people, that's what I'm saying, it's my accent. I apologise.
I'm really concentrating.
Yeah. And I apologise to the viewers about my accent.
No, don't apologise.
I'll slow it down a bit.
Yeah, so, mate.
He says, "I'll come do it." He says, "People saying I didn't fucking do you." I said, "Well, you didn't do me, Viv." And he says, "Well, I'll come doing it." I said, "Well, you come doing it, we're going to have to get it on because I'm not going to bow down."
Mm.
And I said, "I'll tell you what I'll do, Viv. I'll come to your house tomorrow." So he says, Like you know, so I got up in the morning, went to his door, and his missus were there, Anna. She says, Viv, Stu's at the door. She says, tell him to come in. So I went in, I says, listen, Viv. I says, whoever you're listening to, they want this. I says, no, I'm not going to fucking back down.
Yeah.
He says, I see this, saying that. I said, but if you're going to listen to that bullshit all the time, we're going to fucking always get a look of heat. Right? I says, it's fucking the way it is. I says, I haven't taken any notice of it. I said, if you're going to, I says, because you're not going to, I says, I will not back down. He says, right. He says, the wine is up, that's all. So you got to just be fucking more of a man about it and fucking stop them winding them up and tell them. Because them want this on, not you. So
someone was shit stirring in the background for you and Viv to get it on, basically.
Yeah.
Did you ever get it on that?
Not properly.
No.
Never properly.
No.
That was.
How long after this bit here when Viv got shot and was murdered?
Maybe it's a year or so.
Okay.
That is about a year.
Was there things bubbling in Newcastle, like bubbling? Could you feel things were going to overspill with certain doormen, certain faces?
It was just faces. It wasn't really Doorman, you know. It was faces. There was a lot of faces in the tune. But like I say, he was a bully.
He was a bully.
Yeah. And if people's honest about it, they'll be honest about it.
Yeah.
If somebody come into a rave out like that and they look, you know, tasty, like in good nick.
Yeah.
He fucking hated that.
Right, okay.
He hated it.
So what was he doing for a £1 note then? Was it just door work?
Yeah, we did door work, and he was dabbling a bit here, there, but he wasn't serious, you know. He was more of a protector, you know. And he used to, you know, go on the bars, and he had quite a few bars.
Yeah. And how would you explain your work? Was it door work? Were you get involved in drugs?
Yeah, I was in. You know, I'm not ashamed of my past.
Yeah.
I got involved with drugs. That's quite. But I got set up again. You know, the police tried. Once they made me into the beast I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were fighting the old Bill because they kept coming after you.
Well, I went for my doorman's badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't. I couldn't. All I had on my criminal record was a bit of scrap metal, dodgy MOT as a young kid, and in a fight, yeah, and that was my flaming whole history of being, you know, like I'd say like a lot of other people would have had, you know, it's not serious, slap on the hand stuff. And that was until this tour was carry on, and then just escalated from there. I thought, you fucking...
Have you been banged up before?
Yeah, I've been...
How many times?
3 times.
3 times. What was the first time for?
Drugs, but got acquitted.
What drug? What? Tell me that story there. What were you serving up? Was it cocaine, Ease? What was it?
A guy called Stu Watson,
yeah,
believe it or not, he got caught where he was graphing for someone else. He got caught, and it got the case where they turned my house, so I turned his and turned a couple of punters over. But the word had come out that he had getting stopped with some gear, so they bolted the door after the horse had bolted. Say
it again.
They shut the door after the horse had bolted.
Yeah. So they bolted his door.
Yeah.
Bolted your door.
Yeah. Okay. We all got turned over. Yeah.
And what did they find?
They got nothing off. Didn't find anything of me.
Okay.
Never did. What had happened was they had me brother and me brother Paul and Davy Maddox. They had them two locked up with me and my wife Sharon. She got locked up as well because they used to use her as leverage to try to get me to flip.
Right. Okay. So they want to use their leverage for you to buckle and go.
To buckle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I take it you never buckled.
Well, my wife didn't buckle.
Yeah. Okay.
She stayed.
You still with her today?
Yeah. Well. Not in good terms at the minute, yeah. So when they says they tell her she was getting 5 years and I was getting 10 years
for this first incident.
Yeah, for the drugs.
And what did they find then? For them to get 10, there must have been something. What was the?
Yeah, they got them off this other guy.
And how much were we talking here?
I think they got.
We're talking keys.
3,000 E or something like that.
3,000 E's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that it was. And they got me brother and me and a friend of mine. I've had known it a lot of years. So while it goes all the way to court, they'd locked me wife up for 2-3 days with us. And when they come downstairs, the CPS wanted a remand with, and what barrister, was solicitors at the time, Tom Easton says, they have to remand, and Shannon and I says, listen, we have got no form. We hadn't need form.
Yeah.
You know, so we're entitled to bail like anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they want to put you on remand.
Yeah.
And your wife.
Aye.
See, that bit for me, bringing your wife involved, that's the bit that's
she
going
had
to work.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
that was
okay.
the use that's
Yeah.
so it made me
Yeah.
more resented.
More ag.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So, and I says, listen, I'm gonna hold my hands up to this if you, and the let was because we used the same solicitor. I says, how's Sean at the Tom? And Tom says, she's holding up well. She says, you haven't got to stay. She's just stay strong, and she can.
Yeah.
And
you both got acquitted.
And she did. Yeah, she got out, and I got remanded because I says, I'm going to. They come back and said, if you don't apply for bail, we will not object to Shan's bail.
Yeah.
So used as a tool.
How long were you remanded for?
About 6 weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks. That's it. Because that's for you.
Did you know they had nothing on you?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Okay. So when you got remanded, the most annoying thing being in remand, you don't know how long you're going to be there until you get the knock on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
when you got off that and let out and acquitted.
Well, there's a tale I'm going to try to tell when I was in there.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
About 6 weeks of maybe about say 2 months, 3 months. I got introduced to this security screw in Durham.
Yeah.
So I I had everything I wanted. Motorola phone and everything in the cat of your neck.
Yeah.
And it's still doing me bits and bobs in there. It's in touch with people. So when I get bail, this kid Bruni, he ended up a lump of shite, well named Bruni. He's so I'm getting bail, and I've got the phone in. The screw, I put it in the locker in the gym, and I had to put it through the wires into the lights.
Yeah.
Get the wires from the works and that. And you're fully operating.
Yeah.
And it was you couldn't plug these fucking
the
things.
fucking massive things, weren't they?
That would hold
the old
you.
brick.
That would hold you. No, one word. So when I get bail, I says it's coming out because it was in there 6 weeks and nobody knew it was there.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I says, listen, he says, how man, leave it in for us, leave it in. I says, I'll leave it in for you, right, fair enough. So about 2 or 3 days I'm on bail, and he used to be phoning me up every night. So then I hold, bang, bang. He says, the mufti's at the door, That's the screws.
Yeah.
The shim, where's it? And he had hid it under the bed, the phone, and it was still live, and I was listening to everything they were saying.
Yeah.
And one of the officers goes, funded, CEO funded, there's a number on it. So the CEO says, ring it. So I'm listening to it. He goes, beep, 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 beep. You know, and I give it a few seconds. I goes, listen, lad, she's only fucking 13 years of age. You phone up anymore, I'm getting the police. Like, straight up the top of me, straight up the top of my head. And it says, you'll be not getting any more phone calls off this phone.
So when you come out, how long, what were you like? What was your mindset you come out? You're even getting more angrier now. What roughly age were you now?
28, 29.
28, 29.
Yeah.
So you're getting more of a reputation. Everyone knows you've been banged up. You've come back out. How long were you when you come back out before you got banged up again?
Next time I got locked up, it was for prostitution.
Was it?
Running the prostitution ring. It was running the prostitution. It was looking after the girls.
Okay.
They just used to use my name. I never used to hardly see them.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to do with them.
But they'd use your name, so no one would take it.
So they wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Because the job they're in, it's a
dangerous,
dangerous job.
Yeah.
And people used to say, oh, Stu's looking after them, and that's what that's what it was. And so when I got nicked, there was the lads who used to go round and look after them. Them all got nicked. I ended up getting, like, I think it was 2s and 3s and that.
What did you get?
It couldn't come and nick me because I didn't have how to do with them.
Okay.
They were just using my name, really.
Okay.
So it went on and on. So then I got stopped by on busies. They pulled us over out the car. I mean, this kid called Cockney Stew.
Who's that?
Cockney Stew.
Cockney Stew.
Okay. Yeah. I met him in Ibiza. There's plenty to talk.
What's his surname?
Yeah, sure, Latimer.
Latimer, okay.
I met him in Ibiza.
Yeah. We met all the best people in Ibiza, right?
Oh, well, I used to party with Brandon Block.
Blocko lives up the road here.
Does he?
Yeah, he lives up the road. He's a good mate of mine.
Yeah,
mate.
He's good.
He's playing at my festival next month.
Yeah, just tell me.
I will do.
Yeah, mention us. Just here from Newcastle. Yeah.
I will.
Anyway.
Did you throw parties, did you say?
I used to do the raves,
Hold on, let's hold that, because I quite like that one. Carry on with this one then.
Right, so
you got, how long did you get banged up for prostitution, or you didn't?
I got 11-month remand.
11-month remand?
Remand, because when they come to niggers, right, they come to talk to the court. And it says, this man is not known to the tax man or the VAT man, right? And VAT is paid, he lives a high standard of life, and he's not known to the tax man, right? Doesn't pay any taxes at all. And I'm looking at his list, I go, what the fuck's he on about? So anyway, my solicitor says, this is not, you've got it wrong, this man's, he pays taxes and he can prove that, blah, 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 and he's pays taxes like anybody else who's working. So it got adjourned. When it got adjourned, there for 2 weeks, they come back into court and had to say they got the wrong Stuart Watson. This is God's honest truth.
Yeah.
They put me Stuart Watson at the computer. They got Stuart Watson, same date of birth, national insurance number, one digit different.
Okay.
And this hadn't paid tax in his life.
Yeah.
So we've got him.
So they clobbered you for it.
I think it was me. But then they still, it should be hide out then.
Yeah.
But they didn't hide it.
They held on to it.
Is
that because you were a nuisance? You were becoming a nuisance around Newcastle? Were they like, we need to teach him a lesson? Was it kind of that?
It was a bit, it was a bit, I couldn't give, I couldn't get attitude. I couldn't fucking give a fuck about them.
Okay.
Yeah, they had their job today, but so did I.
Yeah.
But they should do it fairly and do it right. So they finished. I was 6'2" with short black hair when the prostitute said, I can't fucking that, I wish. I said, I wish. And I'm looking, I said, where they're looking here.
Yeah.
It should have been thrown it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
So you were remanded up again for 11 months?
11 months.
Was that making you more and more infuriated? Knowing
because they had nothing on us.
Yeah, okay.
Whether I was guilty or not, them had a job to do legally.
Yeah. Okay.
Not fucking illegally.
Okay. And were you finding you're getting yourself more and more wound up? When you got let out, how long was it before you then went back to Nick again?
It was... I think that was the last time I went in. What was it? Yeah, it was the last time I was in.
Okay.
Yeah.
When this was all kicking off, it sounded like the 90s was mad at any city. Birmingham, Leicester, London, Newcastle. It was quality times, to be fair, with everyone partying, but it was very naughty as well because they were just bouncers on the door, either serving up or who's the artist in the town, you're on the door.
Dodge, let's finish this because it's quite a story.
Yeah.
That. Right, so when I got against the court and Christopher Knox, I was using Christopher Knox.
Just for the prostitution bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for the prostitution. Yeah. I was using him as my barrister because he was a really good barrister. Yeah. He got us 3 acquittals out of 4.
He got you 3 acquittals out of 4?
Out of 4,
okay.
Yeah. So when I was it was a 6-week trial in the Crown Court. Now, for that 6-week trial, it was the judge. He hated me. He hated it. When the other lads were up in that, when they were going to a sentence in that, he was asking for a look at my clears to see. He says, "Oh, I've got a picture of this man.
Yeah.
They fucking come back to jail again. He hates you." And I thought, well, he's got no reason to be biased like that. So anyway, we were against the court. There was a prostitute. She got coming down to Newcastle. She was in a safe house. They took her family on holiday. Yeah, took her family on holiday.
Who?
The prostitute.
Okay.
The police had.
Yeah.
Took her family on holiday. She was in a safe house up Northumberland. And she was a smackhead. And she come back, get in the car and come driving back to Newcastle. She got stopped off off the plot. And she gave him a phone number. She says, "There's a phone number. Right, you better ring it." When she phoned that number, she turned around and said that whoever in charge of the operation against me, they had to fucking get her back in the car, take her back to their safe house, and not charge her anything. And this was brought out in court. It should have been thrown out, and the judge wouldn't let it be thrown out.
Mm.
And that's how much they want.
Yeah, they wanted you.
Aye?
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Fucking...
Was there any time in your life where you thought you could lose your life?
Well, a few times with that. Yeah, a few times. There was, when all this carry-on kicked off with Viv and et cetera, right? There was an incident when I was in the club, and Dodgy Ray he says, will you let Michael Sayers back in the club?
Is that the Sayers family up in Newcastle?
Yeah.
Their faces up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I says, I'll let him in. What's on your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dodgy. He says, right. So let's Michael in, and he was walking past us, kind of like that, and pointing, like that. I says,
to you?
Aye. I says, Michael, you better stop the fucking shit. He says, it's just a bit frisk, Stu, man. What's the matter with you? I said, hey, you fucking frisk with somebody else. Aye. I said, no, chuck it. No, there was a lass called Sasha. She was a stripper. She come in with this like a lump of a kid, bodybuilder type. And Michael put his hand up her clout and grabbed a hold of her tush, like sort of thing. And the kid reacted, which anybody would. And I started having to go, and I was standing there, and I had to separate them. Now, this Michael like drawed back to have a shot, and I went bang, good night, bump, he's out. So I grabbed him by the scruff, and I'm dragging him along the floor. And it was Nigel Abaddon was there, Ricey was there, and a few others, like names from the West End. Yeah. I says, anybody else want any of this? He says, no, well, not us. And so I took the door, and I says, get yourself out. And I says, the lads, get him out of here, and he's not fucking welcome in anymore. The next day, Dodgy phoned us up. He used to live facing the fucking club. He says, I've got somebody here, he's not happy. Not happy, I said, was it? He says, Michael says, he's one of the best fighters in the tour, and he's fucking blah, blah, blah. And I says, it's time to stay there, I'll be around 5 minutes. So I fucking comes over the bridge, gets there. Gans the Dodgies. I says, you're not happy, Michael? I says, we're getting a car park, getting a tennis court at the back of the flats. I says, we'll fucking sort this out. No, yeah. He says, he says, what was shake hands now? He says, how I have a coffee with us. So he says, take us, and I says, oh, and I'll come with you for a coffee. So I went up the West End with him, went into a little cafe that they've got, that they had to visit there. And I went into there and sat down and had a cup of coffee. And I goes, that's how much fucking arsehole I've got, Michael. I said, I've had me coffee, you still kind of get in the club. Because he was expecting, he's like a few
to be buttered up,
to be there. Okay. And I just says, that's how much arsehole I've fucking got.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Were you at this point now, you're building a massive reputation for yourself, were you at a point where you got super paranoid that you were having to carry something or sleep with something at night or carry it everywhere you went? Or...
Yeah, well, because there was people pulling guns on us and knives, and it was getting really, really heavy. Yeah. And I used to sleep with a submachine gun on my pillow. You should sleep with a submachine gun? Like a Bosnian submachine gun under my pillow. And I never used to go into the house without it. I used to have two lads, like something off the TV. Yeah. Two lads just come pick us up, make sure the streets were clear. And then when used to drop us off on each time, the same thing again. Because I was a name that the other firms didn't want it, because I wouldn't have bowed down to them. I wouldn't let them do what they wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah. And they didn't like that. Yeah. Was there any of the doormen serving up at the time where drugs got involved and super violence happened regarding the drugs, or taking the certain doors knowing that you got 1,000 people in that club, that's my club, I'm taking that, or other doormen trying to take your club? Well, they wouldn't know. Anybody would have tried to take the club. No. Anybody would have. They didn't have the arsehole to do that. Okay. So you were properly game? Oh, just a fucking bit. Are you still properly game today? Yeah, but now I'm a changed man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll get on to later on. What's happening to my life. Yeah. Did you ever come across Brian Cockrell? Yeah, I've come across Brian. Yeah, I come across him. The tax man from Middlesbrough, isn't he? Yeah, from down that end, Stockton, I think it was. Down that end. I come across him. I had a door. It was a door down in an all night club down there. You called the kid Stevie who owned the place, and he asked me to come down and look after it. Sort it out, because he was losing thousands of pounds every night, because they were just walking in, door staff bringing 10, 15 handed in. So I took a few lads doing, and I stopped it. Brian come in, and I says, Brian, you and your lass as guests, but I says, the rest has got up here.
Yeah.
Which it was fair dues.
Yeah.
He said, all right. And, I'm pleased to meet you. Blah. And then the owner of the club, he phoned me up the next day, he says, and he like paid us off.
Yeah.
He says, I'm getting death threats and everything. I said, well, I saw it. He says, no. He says, I didn't want it to. I didn't want this.
Yeah.
He says, I'm just here to make a few quid, Yeah. He says that they're fucking threatening me. He says, my family's doing here. He says, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, okay. So you're doing him a favour, trying to get him more money by protecting the doors because it wasn't your patch. He goes, mate, go back up to Newcastle.
He's got the chew.
Yeah, okay. How would you describe Brian Cockrell at his peak?
Well, I didn't have a lot to do with him.
You didn't have a lot to do with him?
No. Taxman, no, something I never done.
Yeah, okay. What about Lee Duffy?
I met Lee Duffy once. It was at a rave down at South Shields. It was I think it was Oz Club. Well, it'd been the Oz Club. Jimmy Thea he was running it. Jimmy Thea, he was Dean. He was little man, want to be a big man.
Yeah.
And he was running it. And I think he was with Michael Sears, I think, Lee Duffy.
Mm.
And he come in and he approached us and he goes, Stuart Watson, I says, aye. He says, Lee Duffy. I says, pleased to meet you, Lee.
Mm.
Yeah, if I haven't got a rip with him, I'm a nice fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will not fucking go, oh, yes, 3 bags full.
Yeah.
He says, you look like hard work. I said, well, I hope I'm going to find that out. And he says, I hope not. And we shook hands. And that was the only time I spoke to him.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about up in Newcastle when the name comes up, Paddy Conroy?
I never had no to do with the Conroys.
Did you know?
No, I didn't.
Are you the same age group as?
I don't know. I don't know how old Paddy is, tell the truth, but he'd be running about that. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I just loud and brash, and it's not me.
Mm.
I'm here doing this podcast because I'm finding it hard to get out for what I'm doing the other things, but I'm not ashamed of my past.
Yeah. No, but
not ashamed of anything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not ashamed of everything I've done in my past.
Yeah.
I had to do that. I'm dyslexic, need education.
Yeah.
And I had to fight for everything.
Yeah.
It was hard. When I was a kid, it was hard.
Mm. So when you were growing up then, before you got on the doors, were you involved in the rave scene in the late 80s?
Yeah, I was.
Tell me about that.
I was doing the doors at first for the raves with a kid called Davy Snowden. And he just shit himself, when he's doing it. We're making good money.
Yeah, I bet.
And paranoid schizo. And he says he was going to chuck it. I says, oh, it's right. He says, you just take it, so I don't want to know what to do with it now. Because we're getting up there.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to. But it was we used to call it underground promotions at first because it was all cloak and dagger, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it says, I got nicked for the drugs. Mm. And when it come to my house and raided it, there was lists there, 50, 50, 50, and I think it was about 10 names there, and it says there were drugs. There were tickets for the flaming raves.
Yeah, okay. So
and then were all DJs.
Okay.
But they try to
flip it in
flip
the
it.
yeah.
See, I see it was that.
Yeah.
And when I was at court, they says, the guys, come on, Mr. Watson, what has raves got in common with? I says, music. He says, yeah, but what kind of music? I says, what's rock and roll got in common with? I thought, heavy metal or soul. I says, it's music. I says, you're painting a picture for the jury and it's wrong.
Mm.
I says, not everybody in raves is off their flaming head. A lot of them, they listen to the music because they like the music. And try to flip it.
Yeah.
And that's back to when I got nicked. Me brother and
Which one for?
Drugs, the drugs. Okay, yeah. I wish you wouldn't say that. Make me
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You make me sound like a right criminal. And this, me brother and Davey, they said that them were going to get 5 years and I was getting 10 when we're at court.
So they were going to give you 10 years for 3,000 pills.
They were going to, because it was big then.
Yeah.
Then it was.
Yeah.
And now this, but it's not that, it's how long you've been active.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when in court, and they had sweet FE on me, not but they said, if the other two take a deal, my brother and Davey take a deal and gang guilty, they'll I can walk. So everybody goes, take the deal.
Yeah.
So me, I'm a proper man.
Yeah, mate.
And I turn around and says, hold on, wait a minute. I says, the barrister, what chance they got? He says, 50-50. I says, toss of a coin. I said, I ain't taking it off them. I said, we're going to trial. He says, but if them get found guilty, they can take you doing with it. I said, I'm prepared to take that chance.
Fair play.
Yeah. And the three were walked out. Yeah, the three walked out of court. Yeah.
The whole everyone worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody walked out. That's that was me as a person. Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you at the time when Viv Graham got shot?
I'll have been at Rock Shots. I'll been in the Rock Shots. I think was it. No, I wouldn't have been. I would have been getting ready to go to the night to the nightclub because it was New Year's Eve. I think it was, and I think it was happened. He got shot through the day, didn't he, or something? Did you? Was there something really bubbling over in Newcastle at that time when you're going right? Something's happening. Something's going to happen here. Yeah, you couldn't. Well, could have sense it. Anything could have happened any time there. Yeah. That time, anybody could have. Anybody. It was. It was like dangerous times, and you had to. When they knew that you couldn't give a fuck, and you would do the same, you're prepared to go all the way with them. Yeah. They used to respect you for that. Yeah. Because otherwise, give somebody a chance to walk all over you. Yeah. Yeah, and you jump to their but no one's been found for that. Not guilty. Not guilty for anything. No, but wasn't there an informant somewhere? Wasn't there an informant involved? The driver of the car. Well, I don't know. I didn't. It didn't really bother me who done it and what and who was involved. Yeah. Like I said before, I wouldn't want to know. I didn't want to know. It's better not to know. Yeah. I hear. How long were you on the doors for overall, do you think? Well, I started when I was about 24. Just doing discos and this, and I just progressed from there. Yeah. Till at least 10 years, something like that. The most naughtiest 10 years as well. You look back and laugh and you come out unscathed, you come out unscathed. Yeah. What was the point when you said, I need to carry that machine gun around? Well, it was like a machine gun. Yeah. Not. No. Yeah. That machine gun. It's like when you go fishing, isn't it? How big you catch that fish? It was fucking epic. No, it was just a little buzzing one like that, like a machine pistol sort of thing. Yeah. When was the point when you thought, I've got to start carrying now? Yeah, when he shot two above my head and that, and they were saying I was gonna get done, so I'd be on my toes all the time. That feeling must be horrible. Yeah, it was. Paranoia every time you're waking up in the day, going to bed at night, paranoid. Waking up, who's knocking on the door? Para. Like, were you using gear as well? Yeah, well, I was partying all the time, wasn't I? Yeah, I was partying. No. That's a double whammy. Yeah, I was partying. I used to, I'm not gonna sit here and tell lies. Yeah, I did party. Right. What was your drug of choice back in the day? There were the E's. Yeah. Yeah, I used to. I went down. Remember Rain Dance? Yeah. Yeah, I went to now. Parliament had something to do with it, Yeah. Yeah. Ray, you called him as well, but I forget his second name. I ended up buying a Merc off him. Yeah. And we're down there. It was Sharon, my wife, and Pat Brown. Then we ended up on the stage with the dancers. The rear guns, do they want to get up there with the dancers? And there was like 13,000 people at this. Yeah. And this is us. I mean, up they get it. They're up on the stage dancing. It was good times out there. Them would, they were good. Look back on them, like to reminisce. But you kind of get them days back, Dodge. Absolutely, mate. And that's why I'm doing. That's why I do the podcast. 'Cause it's nostalgia. I'm not just saying these conversations. It's the music conversations, the clubland. It's whatever. We don't want 50, 60, 70, 80-year-olds leaving the earth and not having something what's evergreen that's going to sit on YouTube for 100 odd years. Because when someone's brown bread these days, they're on the mantelpiece for 2 years, then they get put in the loft, and then in 10 years, they're forgotten. They're forgotten. That's why it's important that we're talking about clubland and talking about all this stuff, Yeah, it was. I had it was an all-night club called Energy House. You opened up a club? Well, I was allegedly, I did, yeah. I love how everyone's allegedly here. Did you actually own a club yourself at any point? No, I had quite a lot to do with it. With the Rock Shots, a gear club at the finish. I had influence in it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, about the Energy Club, it was like an all nighter. It was it was an old tire place. No, it's a nick now.
Yeah, it's funny. That.
Now you wonder they want me used because them wanted it. No, but it was. They used to get raided every weekend, just about.
Yeah.
And I was at court. No, I wasn't at court. It was one of Lazarus' court, and I went to court with him, up the Crown Court. And these two big fellas come around. Oh, I thought, oh, these are busies. He says, Stu. I says, aye. He says, come on, where were you? I says, aye. I said, I want to witness. He says, comes into he says, oh, in another little side rooms.
Yeah.
Took in, and Bruni come in with us. This is coming from the hierarchy. He says, these raves have got to stop because they were chasing our tails because it was doing as a dance studio.
Mm.
And basically, you're not selling alcohol, you're selling water.
Yeah.
And basically, that's what they're doing, dancing. Yeah. So, and there was
loving life.
Yeah, and there was no restrictions on the tent, you see.
Yeah.
So it was like a grey area.
Yeah.
But then you just changed the name, the person's name it was in, and when it went for them, it was in somebody else's name, blah, 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 blah. So, and it says, right, you've had your fun. If it doesn't get closed, you're going to get found with gear on you. Your door staff is and so is your DJs. And I says, what do you mean, it's got nothing to do with me. This is why it's got to stop. This is from the top. And I says, well, I'll have a pass it down the line to see if, who's got it. Mm. I said, maybe if you give him, offer him 10 weeks free and without any interference, he might take it. I'll ask him.
Yeah.
And it says, like, gets on the blow and comes back and he says, tell him, tell him he's got his 10 weeks. It better be closed as you're going to get it.
So they gave you the 10 weeks, guaranteed.
They give me it. They give somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, give somebody else in 10 weeks.
Quality. So tell me when you moved on in life, tell me how your 40s and 50s were. When did you start coming out of the game? When did you start going clean and going, do you know what? I'm out of this game now. I'm done.
It's about 78 years ago.
Okay. How old are you today, though?
I'm 64.
Okay.
Yeah, 64.
So about your mid-50s, you were like, I'm done now.
It got chores for me. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, I had enough of like being somebody you didn't want to be. It was, when you're in that position, you've got to put an act on.
Yeah.
It's a sure.
Yeah.
And it's a sure that you've got to show people that, but it's not really you as a person. If it is really you as a person, you've got mental problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes you've got to put the act on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a relief when you hung your gloves up and gone, do you know what, I'm done with this now?
Yeah, because then, but the busies, the police still wouldn't let us go. Yeah,
they're still on your case?
Oh, I got stopped 7 times in 5 days of armed police.
Why? Why?
Well,
how old? How old were you then?
40s.
Oh, in your 40s? Okay.
Yeah, 40s. I was gone on the 50s.
Were you still at it though? In your 40s?
No, not like that.
No, okay.
No, and it says they were stopping the dart team because I had pubs then.
Yeah.
Aye. And it was stopping the dart teams in the buses and that, and there was about 2 riot vans, 5 busy cars coming in and searching all the dart people and then opening the bonnet and ripping the leads off the battery. Says there's a ticket for your battery. Yeah. And I just thought, fucking pick the ball up. There's the big lads coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's just ridiculous. And how much that cost for that.
Yeah.
But then they were targeting us every time I went out the door. I was getting stopped 7 times in 5 days. And my wife with taking a kid to school and that. And it just got a bit tedious. So I got on my solicitor and he got onto and they sent an inspector down to Tom's office, Viv Graham. So and I says, what? So he goes, the inspector goes, didn't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Because he knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
He knew it was fucking wrong.
But they're there just to annoy you.
Yeah, and that's because they were armed busies all the time.
Yeah.
And
all armed as well?
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, it was full on.
Yeah. 2
and 3 cars, fucking out, searched, and it was just ridiculous. And the thought, they said, well, this inspector, I says, what are you fucking doing this for? And he says, information received that you're dealing from your car. I can't. Are you fucking having a giraffe with me? I says, either I'm up there or I'm doing there dealing with my car. I says, are you, I can't. That is a proper piss take, that.
Yeah.
Right? Proper piss. And my sister says, calm down, Stu. I says, calm down? How can they say that? The thing they've got us up there is Johnny Big Balls, and then they're saying I'm dealing, fucking selling 10, fucking 20 deals, putting deals with the car.
Yeah.
I says, they're wrong. And they were wrong,
But your reputation of being a gangster up in Newcastle was the reputation.
Yeah, but that's a reputation of being a gangster. You're going to sell fucking ton of deals with the car.
No, but I'm saying is they're thinking, well, let's just annoy him.
Yeah.
It's annoying. It's annoying until things calm down, I guess.
But I wasn't dealing out.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what annoyed.
Have you ever read a proper sentence, or you've just had 2 remands?
Yeah, I got sentenced with. I got a 7 stretch for a gunfight outside my house. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons I'm on here, to tell the truth about what happened there.
What happened?
Well, it was. I'll carry on when I tell you about. Went down to I think it was the venue was called in Spennymoor. It was Rob Armstrong and Joe Hunt had it. And then we're doing the door, looking after the door there. Now, some of my lads that were working on my door, I used to let them off early to go and work that door because I'll need it. I had 4 extra door. So I got to do there this night now. And as soon as I walked in with a lad called Greg Johnson, you could have, if you felt the atmosphere.
Energy, yeah.
I thought, the fuck's the matter, yeah?
Yeah.
And this kid's got his arm across the door. And talking, I says, and I said, what's your cell? And I think it was Wayne Pilkey turned around and says, Stu, he says, we're not fucking, it's not a stop to tell you. Them should be telling you. They didn't want you in here. I said, who doesn't want us in here? He says, Rob Armstrong and Joe Hunt. He says, they didn't want you in. I says to the kid, shift your fucking arm out that door, I'll snap it. And he like that. I said, and Wayne goes, you better fucking move it, man. He says, you're not fucking boot. And so he moved his arm. And I stayed down there and I said, listen, lads, I'm going to get myself away because I'm not going to put you in that position. So I went to the town the next night, up doing the big market. And I says to the door staff down there, who Rob Armstrong had a couple of doors there. I said, where's your fucking gaffer? I says, get him down here, tell him I'm here, I'm waiting him. And he never come doing. Yeah. Now, there was a kid called Paul Ashton, right? He's a fucking lunatic. They teamed up with Rob Armstrong, and they come to me. Luckily, I got a phone call saying that somebody had some Tom for sale, and it was just before, I think it was in December or something. So I went looking for, I says, oh, look, I'm never looking at it because 12 o'clock every day, 5 days a week, I was in the gym. Yeah. And luckily I wasn't there that day, Guardian Angel, because there's a team of 25 fucking waiting. And I didn't arrive. I'll come in, tooled up. And the few of the lads that were there says, you were lucky. Wasn't fucking luck, I was just getting looked after. Yeah. So anyway, it got out of hand. And there was a bit of a carry on with Paul Ashton. He had getting shot at, basically, allegedly. And he had been shot in the vest. He had a bulletproof vest on. He had a car with a hole in the windscreen. And we had about, I think it was later on that day or the next day, he's coming run by my house. And there was 5 of us getting out the motor. And he opened fire on us outside my front door. So he opened fire back again at him. So we got nicked. He gets away and we get nicked. So we're on remand. On remand. There was a phone call, went to the jail, on a letter for a phone call, saying that we're planning an armed escape. And had the resources to an armed escape. This is a cat of fucking nick, by the way.
Yeah, you ain't getting out.
Yeah. So we got put on Catia. And fucking Catia there for 11 months. And it was
How many of you?
5 of them.
Okay.
Right, so this Paul Ashton, his missus had made a statement. His missus made a statement. And he wanted 50 grand for her to drop the statement. And I says, because he sent that into Nice Labrador in the jail. I says, tell him to fuck off. He's not out the woods yet, himself. I says, he better fuck off. I says, he's setting the fucking ground rules, yeah. He better fuck off. So then, the charges gets dropped from conspiracy to murder, attempted murder, to section 18 with intent. Because they're getting our guns.
Yeah. They're what, sorry?
They got our guns.
Yeah, okay.
So, then he give them the bulletproof vest with a bullet in it to the busies.
Yeah.
So we got interviewed again, but they couldn't do nothing with it because he had in his possession for too long and it could have been tampered with.
Yeah.
So he give them the car with a hole in the windscreen. He's trying to get life off.
Yeah.
So we turned. I said, I'm not fucking having this. And people start calling me a grass. I says, listen, people want to call me a grass for fucking defending the way he set the ground rules. Fucking call us a grass.
Yeah.
But I could have took, throughout the country, fucking hundreds of people away.
Mm.
And I could have, he's the fucking only man I've ever turned on in my life. But he set the ground rules.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do when a man's trying to get your life off.
Yeah.
Huh? I've got kids out there. I've got a family out there. And if I'd have getting life off, he was there to fucking torment the life with them.
Yeah. And
he set the ground rules, not me. I hadn't said fucking sweet fuck all until he started demanding money, and giving them the evidence. And I'm no mug. And I couldn't give a fuck what people say. If, I put them in my position and see what them would have done. Give it the Lord, shin. I've no said no. What, when he's fucking set the ground rules and he's trying to get your life off?
Yeah.
Fight fire with fire for me. And like I said, I've been in positions with a lot of people, and I could have took a lot of people doing if I was a grass. Something I'm not.
Yeah.
And I defended myself and my family. And if I'm wrong, people think I'm wrong, I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I defended it. He put the ground rules on. He started it. He started it. When the fuck was he going to stop? When was he going to stop? He had already put one of my pals away for 7 years. You tell the busies that he had hit the gear under the stone.
So he said what?
He had already put a friend of mine in jail.
Yeah,
because he told the busies that because he actually was having a rumble with a kid called Stephen Eastland.
So Paul Ashton is having a rumble with someone else.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the kid put the gear under the fucking brick.
Yeah. And
when the kid went to pick them up, the busies were all waiting them.
Okay.
Yeah. And the judge said it's in the archives. Anybody wants to look, and I'll sit any lie detector test anybody wants us to sit.
Yeah. That
man informed on him, and the judge said Paul Ashton is an informer in this case. Was in Stuart here, the inspector, Sergeant CID Stuart here. He was his fucking handler, and he said this in court. The judge. And they fucking shot at me for defending myself when he's trying to get me life off. That's not a grass.
Yeah.
A grass is some fuck who's for their own gains and get somebody off the street like he was trying to do. Yeah, I could have took many people doing with me, Dodge, if I was that way. Yeah.
What's that feeling like? Grass, that name grass is a no-go in our
it's not nice. It's not nice.
That's my point. So when you got called that and there was rumours going around that, how did that then make you feel?
I'm a proper man. I stood up to it.
Yeah.
I stood up to it. But the people just didn't want to know the truth.
Okay.
Yeah. They didn't want to know the truth because he is fucking mentally retarded. He's fucking nutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still about today?
He's still about today. But he's still in and out of jail. He's that's how he's going to do all his life. But the evidence is there if people want to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't no grass. Yeah. I defended myself the only way I could.
Yeah.
The only way I could. And if people want to say I'm a grass, if they think that's been a grass, I'm a grass.
Yeah.
I certainly could have took a lot of people away with this. Try to get it, there's something I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you an instant. This is when I was in Cartier. I went in sent this to Doncaster. There's a kid called Dave Taylor. He was a fucking naughty bit of work. He had been in for shooting, and he had been in. This was an armed robbery on the jewellers. But he's a fucking beast. Like a nasty bit of work.
Yeah.
But he befriended me. He befriended me. That kid there put me in a position in my life, and I didn't want to be in the fucker. And if I was a fucking grass, a wrongin', this is a time I could have. It was, I wasn't in a nice fucking position I was in this dodge. He was looking at getting life off because he had loads of fucking armed robberies and everything on his case. But he was a dangerous kid, I knew he was. But he befriended me because he knew I was a threat to him on a wing. Anybody come in with parcels, he used to take he used to put his fingers up them and pull them out, or put salt on them, or lick lotion with them, make them sick, and the kids in there used to say to me, "Stu, how man, have a word with him." I says, "Listen, he's not taking to bring the shite in. You know what he's like. I'm having no to do with it. I just want to do me jail."
Yeah.
So there's a punch bag on the landing, and me and him used to be on it every day, and that's how he knew I was a fucking threat to him. So now the clips they used, it had 4 clips on them. You know, holding the bag up.
Yeah.
He took one of the clips off and put the 3 of them, so it didn't look as if there's any missing. And he straightened it out. So he's got a tool.
Oh, that'd be fucking hell.
Like that.
Yeah.
And he's got fucking rope on it.
Yeah.
Like that for a handle piece.
Yeah.
And the day before he went to court, he showed me this. And he says, "If I get fucking found guilty, these guards are going to get it. The guards are going to get it, and I'm over the fucking top of the." I thought, fuck. Honestly, my stomach was turning.
Yeah.
I prayed that for that he would get off.
Yeah.
And luckily he did. But I couldn't have grasped him. But I prayed that them fucking the 2 kids who were just doing a job were going to be all right.
Yeah.
And luckily they were. But he was a dangerous fucking lad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Proper dangerous kid.
Tell me, they wanted to get you lifed off, but you got 7. Did you do 3.5?
I done, yeah.
3.5.
It got knocked down to a 3 or a 4 it was.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
What's that feeling like being in Nick, knowing that someone wanted to get you lifed off and that person could have access to your family, but you can't do anything?
Well, you couldn't do, with the firm that I had then, when you've got a firm, any situation you're in, an army or fucking whatever, you're only as strong as that man standing there.
The top man,
yeah. If he buckles, the whole lot, the foundations are gone. Yeah, you stand there strong, and people stand strong behind you. You fucking buckle, everybody buckles.
Yeah.
I stood in the exercise yard in Durham. When I went in, this was when I went in after that for the prostitutes. And I stood there and somebody shooting out the window, fucking grass. And I stood in the yard and I goes, "Any fucker in this jail got anything to say to me? Fucking get down here and say it in the yard."
Yeah.
They've been fucking stay behind closed doors and shoot. And anybody said it again. Because somebody would have said, "Oh, he's doing it next door." And he would have had to fucking face the consequences. Yeah.
How game were you to have a tear up?
2 fucking game.
2 game. Okay. How many tear ups do you reckon you've had?
Well, I can see there's a few scars on my face. Yeah. But they couldn't hurt us, man.
Is that right?
And I couldn't fucking hit me out.
Yeah.
I used to go, look at them like that.
Come on.
Come on.
Have you seen Paul Ashton since?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, he's fucking...
What was that like the first time you saw him?
Well, I didn't want no to deal with him. I didn't want no to deal with him. Keep away from me and I keep away from him. But what he done was fucking out of order. It was wrong.
Do you still hold a grudge today in the age you're at now?
Well, it would. Well, I don't hold a grudge, but he will.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Forgive and forget. That's me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's not...
What's Newcastle like today? What's Newcastle like today? I
don't think it's anywhere near what it
no,
was. I don't think anywhere is yours.
No, it's not.
No.
Nowhere in the country is.
No, it's all cameras and this and that. And they've got kids on the door, can't even fucking put the cat out.
Yeah.
You know? You know what I mean?
It's true.
In them days, you had
to
be
a lump and you had to be handy. Yeah.
This.
What was the moment, your enlightenment to be doing what you're doing now? Just explain to people what you're doing now.
Well, I'm a healer now. Believe it or not, ladies and gents, I'm a healer.
How mad's that? Now, when you think about it, do you know when we first started speaking about Dodge, come on the podcast, we'll do this, and I'm also I want to talk about the healing, and I've looked into it, I'm like, you've gone from being super naughty to now healing people.
Well, you've seen some of my work.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel...
Well, from what I've seen, from what I've just seen, snippets and stuff.
Yeah, but I said to you to prove to people,
Yeah.
bring somebody in with an injury and I'll fucking shift it like that.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, my friend. So powerful. Yeah. It's unbelievable. But before my family, it was hard to accept what I'm doing. It's hard for me to accept it. Because I can see all your energy.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic in the education. I didn't go looking for stuff. I didn't go looking for this. I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
Just hit us like a runaway train. Still hitting us like a runaway train. I can drive the train, no. But I can't stop the fucker.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, mate. I see all your energy. Everybody's got an energy field.
Yeah,
not an aura, it's an energy field.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're all connected. And I can see it with my eyes. My spectrum of light it's mind blowing. If I hadn't, you took me through that life that I went through.
Yeah. For how many years? 50. How many years until you stopped? How old were you?
About 50-year-old, so it's 50, about 54, something like that.
And then people now come and see you to get healed.
Yeah, I've got 4,500 people on me Facebook.
What's it called?
Divine Light Cosmic Healing.
Divine Light Cosmic Healing. Okay.
I'm on TikTok called Stu Watson. Stuart Watson, sorry, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a documentary out called Stu Watson, Hard Man to Healer. I was a kid, had two...
Hard Man to Healer.
Yeah,
that's right.
He had two... He had a lad come to us, his family come to us. He had 2 hours to live off the doctor. The doctor's given 2 hours to live. It's well worth a watch if you just want to watch it, ladies and gents. Take some tissues with it, because it's a tearful thing when you listen to it, especially when his mum and his gran is telling their side of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my son was at Newcastle for
10 years, wasn't he?
Yes, from being 6 to 16, yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to love football, and I fell out of love of football a bit through the way the clubs used to treat the young'uns.
Yeah.
Oh, I went all over the world with them.
Yeah. Can't be falling out of the club the way they're playing today, can you?
Oh, well, yeah, they're playing good stuff.
West Ham have been playing shit all season, right? Yeah. We went up there, me and my old man, went in John's box, and we ended up winning 2-0.
Yeah.
Away at Newcastle. We haven't done that all season. And Shearer's next to us. We had a quality couple of days.
Yeah. It was, he was there from 6 to 16. And they just drop you like that.
Okay. But that's professional football.
It is, it's horrible.
People think that it's 0.000% make it a professional footballer. I think it's 0.1% make it once you've gone from the academy up into the first team.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard. It's a lot harder now than it ever used to be because the amount of players coming over.
Yeah, that's right.
But even in the Premier League, there's only 2 English managers.
Yeah,
in the Championship, there's 13 English managers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tells you the tale.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was captain for 3 out there at Newcastle. They got beaten in the quarter final. I think in the quarter final of the Nightclub, the World Under-15s.
Yeah.
It's Manchester.
Mm.
I went to Spain. I went to France. I went to Greece. I went to Italy.
What, with him, following him?
Yeah, following him.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It was. I used to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a nice kid.
What's it like today when you walk around Newcastle for you? Do people clock you? I kind of a chat. What's the feeling like?
I used to people used to come and have their photos took with us and that one in the clubs and that. And I think,
yeah.
And I wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I just didn't, it wasn't. Yeah. I used to feel embarrassed a bit.
Mm.
Can I be photo took? And it was.
Like, some eventful life you lived, Stu.
Yeah, it was different. It's been different. I've got my son now, my oldest son, Stuart. He's a right handful. All right. I'll tell you the instant when we were down at his mum moved away, my first wife. She moved down to Scunthorpe, Crawley.
Yeah.
And he got himself with some trouble with this fella down there. This fella thought he was a bit of a lad. My son battered him. He was 15 and he knocked him on his arse. So I got a phone call and I had to go and do there. I was just getting out. I was on the license. So I got a shotgun and 5 we jumped in the motor and went down to got down there about 12 o'clock at night. And these 2 Merc convertibles are flying around where he lives. This fella had getting them in from Scunthorpe. They were I think I'm sure they were Indians or Indians or so. I think they were Indians anyway. So when I pulls up at the outside and it says I've kind of put the windows out and everything in the house where the kids were. So I says, right. So, and then the pulls up and he's Mercs handbrake and it's fucking the Mercs not. He said, fucking off along the street after them. And then the handbrake that I says, that'll do for me. The jumpsuit with the nunchuckles and everything. Fucking jumpsuit, there's weird blades and hey, they fucking got it.
Got it.
Oh, did they not? They got it. And the fucking Mercs were ripped to bits and fucking, it's really done. And I had to hire him in the motor and take him fucking back to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Gets a phone call, and when I gets the call the next year, this is they've put Caroline's windows out.
Who's Caroline?
My ex-wife.
Okay.
So this is right. Should put the windows out. Them had put the windows out. So I phones the local Bob that I knew the bird who was running it doing it. Hey Karen, I says his fucking I says it's the big man in. Says aye, and I said put him on the fucking phone. So he comes on the phone to us, and I says to him, listen lad, we've been down once. I said next time I come down, you'll have nowhere to live. I says you fucking coward. I says that's putting the windows out when the kids is there. I says anything happens again, I'll be back down and you'll have nowhere to fucking live. And like that, I says you've been warned. I said no, it fucking ends there. The busies had told him who we were, who had been doing.
Warn them off.
And he says, you got the busy says, I don't think you're dealing with here.
Yeah.
And let's stop there,
Have you got, who are your top 3 men in Newcastle who you could really rely on over the years?
Anybody.
No one. You didn't trust anyone?
Not now.
No.
Not now. There were a lot of people's there when you're giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. People's there when you're giving. When you're not giving, there's a lot of people. A good friend, right? Is somebody you can, like a few years time, aye, and you can phone them up and say, right, but you haven't got to be in their pocket all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I wouldn't bring people in that, like Sir Craig there. He's a fucking handy kid.
Yeah.
Tough kid, a handy kid. But I wouldn't put him in that position. Because I guess when we're coming doing here, my trouble ends up your trouble.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put anyone in that position.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few of the times I had bars and that, and there was loads of aggro with the bars all the time. Yeah. There's an instance we used to have the Willows it's now we sell it for houses. And there was a rugby team coming from Wales, They won a bachelor party. And we're messing around with the young lasses in there, touched them and that. And my son Stuart goes up there. And we goes up, this big kid touched it. I says, yeah lad, chuck it in. And I come across and took him I was sitting on a stool at the bar, and I come across this. What do you call him from Middlesbrough? Smuggies on there and Sunderland Mackems. He says, these are Geordies on you. I says, I suppose so, mate. He says, we're fucking, he's all English, but we're fucking hate yous. Because they did this like we. Aye. So I said, keep your fucking thoughts yourself. And then he went and touched his fucking birds again. So I gets hold of the big kid and fucking hides him in the passage, and I have a shot and I dropped them. And they were coming through, me and more youngs in the passage, and they only come through the door one at a fucking time. So they were fucking on ping, pong, ping, ping, ping. And God bless the kid, he was getting married. He's his bachelor. He says, he can't say he had swallowed his tooth, went to his lung. Had the place cordoned off and everything. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. Aye. But that's what they come to bother. Yeah. And they got it. Luckily, the busies went up to who are telling us, we think we know who's done it. Aye. So, with the new who's fucking done it. And he said, the kids give them that Joe. He says, listen, we come with trouble and we got it. And we got what we asked for.
Yeah. Put his hand up. How many ABHs and GBHs have you had over time?
Not a lot.
None.
No?
Not a lot.
Because I haven't really done it.
Yeah.
Fucking my son's had more than me.
Yeah.
The life, it's...
How would you explain Stuart Watson to someone who didn't know Stuart Watson when he was at his prime?
Well, people now, I was a fair bloke, and I was never a bully, never a bully, but I wouldn't stand doing it to anybody, and people knew that. People knew that. People will be watching this and listening to it who know me. They'll if they're honest, they'll tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because I didn't bow down to anybody. Yeah, I didn't bow down to anybody.
Stu, you've certainly lived an eventful life.
Yeah, I have lived an eventful life.
You have.
I just hope people, realise what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
To me healing.
Yeah.
Can I say this? Any footballers out there, any sportsmen out there, I can get them back dodge. I can get them back on a pitch like that.
Yeah.
And back training with knee lasers, knee creams, just healing. And if they want to check me workout, go and check it out.
Fantastic.
It's well worth a watch.
Fantastic. Stu, I've loved this, mate.
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Thank you for making the effort of coming down here.
I appreciate it.
You're a gentleman.
Thanks for the help.
Cheers, mate. Good man. Good man. Thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to see someone on the show, leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, do us a favour, show us a bit of love, press the subscribe button, and it allows us to grow the show even bigger and bigger each week. Nice one.